Spring is upon us finally, and I thought I've just got enough time to get one more slow cooker recipe in. And today I'm sharing with you one of my favourite, if not my favourite, slow cooker recipes. It is closely run with my lamb shank recipe. The link for that is coming up on the screen now. But today it's time for slow braised beef cheeks. And of course, beef cheeks are an economy cut. Just about every butcher will have them. If you can't get hold of beef cheeks, just substitute the beef cheeks for some beef shin. If not, just some normal braising beef. So as I say, what we're waiting for, let's get to it. So here we are, the stars of the show, the beef cheeks. These are pretty big ones. I've just started any with a lot of the fatty membrane. I'm just going to cut that off, just in case it doesn't break down in the cooking process. Pretty much that is it. Quick pat dry. Right, you can hear this pan sizzling. It's got to be red hot, so I've just gone in with a little bit more olive oil. I've already seared the first 3 of my beef cheeks, so I'm going to sear the other 3. Again, nicely seasoned beef. You've got to hear that pan sound when they go in. Again, no colour, no flavour is my motto. So we're going to brown these aggressively. Don't be shy. Keep that pan on red hot. There's been some really good colour on these beef cheeks. It'll take about 3 to 4 minutes per side. Now it's time to turn these bad boys over. And just look at that colour there, that's what we are looking for. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Same for the other side. Again, keep that pan nice and hot. And we shall pop these brown bad boys onto our waiting plate. And on with the rest. Now let's prep our little bit of veg, and it'll just take a few minutes. One of my favourite things about slow cooker recipes is the prep. It's just easy. So a couple of celery sticks, it's just a bit of bish bash bosh. You have to be accurate and neat. Just get your knife in there. Don't mess about. Again, as I say, this is not MasterChef. Have Carl the carrot. Why have just called him Carl the carrot? Don't know, bit random. But hey, again, no skills needed. I have 3 small onions. You use 1 large one or 2 medium. Again, no skills needed. Put it down the middle. Really simple. Again, no fancy dice, just cane it down the middle, into thirds, whatever you want, doesn't really matter. The same with the other 2. It's really important that we drop the heat on the pan to a medium heat, don't keep it screaming hot, just while we just soften up our onions. Oops, nearly lost one there. Again, the beauty about these slow cooker recipes is you can just smash the vegetables, because it doesn't matter how they look, because they're going to break down in the cooking process anyway, so who cares? So let's just soften these up. I have 4 garlic cloves minced. You can grate yours if you want, if you don't have a garlic crusher. In with them, and we've got to keep this stuff moving. We don't want this garlic burning, because we really don't want the taste of burnt garlic running through our beef. So we've got some gnarly burnt bits coming off the bottom of this pan. It's all good. But again, we don't want burnt garlic. Absolutely not. We're going to scrape away at that pan and get it all mixed up in those onions. Now in with our Michelin star prepped celery and carrots. Add a bit of a flip, of a mix, get all them gnarly bits mixed in. That celery, a little bit of a dry pan, a little bit more olive oil if you need to. And we'll continue to saute these for about 3 to 4 minutes, just until they start to soften. Next, put your onion mixture in your slow cooker. And place your beef cheeks on top. Right, let's get this pan back to a high heat. I'm going to go in with 500 ml or 2 cups of red wine. Doesn't have to be a good red. Just slam some supermarket cheapie in there, doesn't really matter. Again, let's keep on scraping those gnarly bits off the bottom of the pan. Now we're going to bring this up to a boil and boil it for about 1 minute just to cook out a bit of the wine. Again, scraping all those gnarly bits off the bottom of the pan. Now let's get that wine and those gnarly bits of the bottom of that pan into our slow cooker. And just to finish that off, I'm going to add 250 ml or 1 cup of beef stock, a few sprigs of fresh thyme. If you don't have fresh thyme, just chuck some dried in, it's fine, and a few bay leaves. Now let's get in there and give everything a good old mix up, and you can smell it now, and it's not even started cooking. Goodness knows how well this kitchen will smell in about 3 to 4 hours. Let's pop that lid on. All the hard work is done. I'm going to cook this on 9 hours on high, or if you want to cook it on low, about 12 hours. Our little slow cooker started to work its magic, and I've got one big tip. During the cooking process, as tempting as it is, don't keep taking the lid off. Try as best as you can to leave it on. Probably take it off once halfway through the cooking process to give things a stir, but don't keep pulling it off, because you lose all of the heat out of your slow cooking. It's got to work back up. The weight is almost up. I've carefully removed the beef cheeks from the slow cooker. Be very careful. As you can see, this is starting to break up. It is that tender. So now I'm going to blend what is left of the gravy. You can use a stick blender if you want, but I'm going to use a blender. If you don't want to blend, you don't have to. It's totally your choice. I'm going to use the trusty Thermomix, my blender of choice today. I'm probably going to get everything all over the place. More on the worktop than in the blender. We'll see. Smells absolutely incredible. Well, let's give it a whiz up. Right, we'll go on to the blend function. Again, if you want to use a stick handheld blender, feel free. Again, if you don't want to blend it, you don't have to. Give that a quick whiz up. Now, what I didn't mention is I removed the bay leaves and thyme before I blended stuff up. Now, if you look at the consistency of this gravy, I've put the beef cheeks back into the slow cooker. Now that gravy is blended, just look at that. Now we'll pop our lid back on and just keep that on a low heat until we're ready to serve it, so we can dish up. Now all that's left to do is spoon some of that hearty looking gravy over that beef cheek. If you like your gravy thinner, just simply add some beef stock before blending. I don't think comfort food gets much better than this. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.